That spot is hot right there. He wants it so bad. He wants it. Look at him. Alrighty folks, here we are, Lake Berryessa. Haven't been here, man, in a while. This time of year, I mean, really anywhere, but definitely Lake Berryessa can be epic. I'm already seeing a bunch of shad balls or bait balls up shallow. No fish busting on them, but I've seen some birds following them, so that's really why I come here this time of year, to get on some topwater fish. I don't know if that'll happen. Sometimes these fish, and it seems as of lately, they're acting a little funky, maybe not doing exactly what they're supposed to, but I know there's good fish in here, and if we catch it at the right day, right time, right place, it can be really fun. Starting out today, just going over quickly a boat that I have not taken out for a while. No, this is not the TitanX 10.5. This is the 12.5. You guys probably remember we did a video building this and taking it out on the Delta for a native watercraft shoot with Obity and Pat, and that content came out amazing, but we took it out for that trip specifically. It went well. It went well as far as the fishing, as far as the performance. Honestly, it felt just like being in the 10.5, just bigger, more storage, and stabler. So a really smooth transition. Believe it or not, this is only the second time I've had it out. I mean, been busy with the New York trip, been doing the other tournaments out on the Delta, which I think the Delta going with a smaller 10.5, that's just perfect for me. Even downsized to 1 graph and made that boat a lot lighter, which I like to do from time to time, just depending on where I'm fishing, the conditions. But today we're taking it out. You can see it's fully loaded. We've got the Mega 360 on, the dual graphs, got our tackle trunk, the motor. Actually have 2 batteries inside the dedicated hatch. I mean, that's where you're really getting upgrades for this boat, and it's obvious the size, but you get more storage, so that battery compartment can actually fit both the batteries, versus in my 10.5 I had to put one under the seat. A lot of tank well space that I didn't even use. I mean, you could stuff some more stuff back here, a cooler, whatever. It's wider, of course, more stable, and then the front hatch is just significantly bigger. Yeah, I haven't had this boat out in a while. I'm assuming it'll perform well, and the real reason I'm taking this out today specifically is because we've got another tournament coming on up, Yakabass stop number 5, I want to say, at New Melones, and I plan on taking this guy to New Melones because it's summer fishing out there. Fish could be shallow, fish could be deep, they could be biting anything, so I want to be as prepared as possible. So I figured this would be a good way to get back into this boat, integrated with it, get used to it. If there's any hiccups or kinks or whatever, I can work them out before practice in the tournament itself for Melones. Going to treat this almost like a tournament day, try to get on some fish, try to get a pattern going. I'm going to even measure our best 5. I know that could be a curse, but I'm going to measure our best 5 on the catch board. Put 8 hours out here, so it's about 8 o'clock. Get off the water by 4:30. Yeah, just see what we can do. Get used to this kayak again. It is massive. Got it on the dolly, of course, and luckily the water at Berryessa is up, so that typical path that would be like a football field in length isn't too far. But guys, that's the video. Beautiful day out on Lake Berryessa. Hope the fish are biting, and we'll see what happens. Good to go. Oh, look at the bait right in front of us. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. The only sad thing is I haven't seen any fish blow up on it. Alright, let's do it is really, I mean, it's the same boat, but it isn't. That was a little bit of an adjustment. You get so used to a certain boat, it feels so weird being in a different one. Not weird, but like, yeah, different. Alrighty. Let's get to work here. I won't rule out topwater, but unless I see some stuff. busting the surface. Topwater really wouldn't be a go-to unless it were first thing in the morning. It's cool with all this water up. It's like fishing a whole new lake. Looks good. Yeah, I picked this place because for the tournament at New Melones, there's a lot of similarities between this and New Melones. The way it fishes, I mean, it's not completely the same, but it's more similar than, say, like the Delta. And I could go out to one of those mother lode lakes too and fish, but that's like 2.5, 3 hour drive, depending. So Barry was pretty close relatively, and I think this will be a good option. Ooh, had one follow. That's good. So, I mean, this right here, it's like a little peninsula, usually out of water. I wanted to see if I can get anybody to come out of these trees, and had one come out, so that's at least an indicator that there are some fish shallow. Sometimes this time of year I get nervous. It's hot temperatures, whatnot. These fish can just go deep, suspend. And there's not a big population of fish up shallow anymore, but at least we saw one. Another little follower. Oh, actually, he was pretty good. Oh gosh, big one. I always say that. I know I do. I think we all do though. When we see a fish in the water, even if it's like a 2.5 pounder, you're like, big one. Oh, it's just because we don't see it a lot. So even a 2.5 pounder in the water looks big. Yeah, another follower. Good sign. Now we gotta get him. Oh, dude, I just had one bite this thing. Holy crap. You can tell I don't fish a lot of like bigger baits because I never expect to get bit. Just being honest, it's really just a fish finder for me. But I had one just try to eat this out of this bush right here. Oh. Dude, he literally kissed it. He like gave the tail a kiss. Dude, there are so many fish following this thing. Those are like not even that small either. There's some good ones down there, but what am I? I'm a master of just seeing fish at Lake Berryessa, so that seems to be my trend. I'm really good at seeing fish in the water, just hard to get them to bite here. 10 o'clock. Haven't even had a bite yet. Kind of want to just get bit right now. Throw some smaller stuff, see what's up. First fish of the day. I mean, there's a bunch of little ones down there. I just kind of want to see if they're going to bite anything, really. Messed around with a big bait in the topwater so much, you just kind of wonder if you're missing a bunch of fish. Probably. Well, said we'd measure them today. Actually going to be a keeper, I do believe. 12 inches for yak bass. We measure everything, right? Got actual skunk out of the boat. I'm not giving up on the big baits or the topwater, stuff like that. Just get a little confidence right now. With as many fish as I'm seeing down there and even on the graph, that will probably be key in getting bigger bites. Is the top water or a bigger bait, maybe even like a jig. But there's definitely a ton of fish. And this one spot is similar to the first spot where we started fishing, getting some followers on the Nessie, and then it's actually a point. I don't know, these fish might be grouped up on points, which would be cool because we could reproduce this in a few different areas. Something is up. I'm missing something. It's just like one bait or one key thing I need to do. I feel like I'm gonna start getting bit. They're around all these trees, that's for sure. What do I need to do? Throw the mega. Yeah, pulled out fish from I don't even know where. Largemouth. And the bigger the bait, the bigger the draw power. On this 250 out in no man's land, but I'm sure fish in this entire vicinity will track it in. Like, where was that one? Are you just cruising around or what? Did I pull them out from deep? I'll have to find out if there's other fish out there, because this 250 will definitely pull in those fish. Oh my god. I pulled one from 30 yards away. Not a big one, but that one just came out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. Pulled one from way out deep. Look at him down there. Smallie spot. Man, oh man. Like, look how interested he is. Oh my god, another one came out from... You guys are teasing me. That's a big spotty right there. That spot is hot right there. He wants it so bad. He wants it. Look at him. Like, I usually don't have them track it that intensely, but today they are. They're like really, like so close to committing. That spot is hot on that 250. There's two of them too. Man, such a tease. Such a tease. Would you just eat a simple drop shot out there? Unfortunately, I do feel like the fish that are following the glide baits in, they're not the drop shot eaters. These are the fish suspended or looking to eat a bait fish imitator, not like a worm on the bottom. So I don't know if these fish will eat a drop shot. Look, that one chased it. Ooh, he actually tried to bite it. Little guy. Spy baiting, huh? Something hit it. Probably a dink. But that's the funny thing. Even like the dinks won't eat the worms right now. They're missing it. Got him. Got a little one on a spy bait. They were getting really close to this. I think that says something though. Do you think says something. I think that really does mean they want to chase, or at least it gets them excited when they see something fleeing. It's like it's either going to get away or they get to eat it. In a weird way, I'm kind of just experimenting with all these fish right here, throwing different baits, seeing which ones get them to follow or almost commit. All the fast stuff isn't working. It's like the fast stuff and the really slow stuff isn't working. The buzz baits, the crank baits, haven't had any followers, haven't had any bites on like a jig or a drop shot. It's the glide and then the spy bait, which has had fish almost bite. I don't think I have any jerk baits, unfortunately. It's a good bit of information though. Oh. That one almost smoked it. Like, why wouldn't you guys smoke that? That guy just, he changed his mind at the last second. I don't know why. Look at that one right there. Look at him. So close. Alright, found out how to get bit. At least one technique. Ah, yeah. 12 o'clock, guys. Got one scoreable fish. Thought the curse was over in New York when I do these challenges, but I don't think New York counts. These challenges, every time I do it, right, or a lot of the time, when I decide to weigh my best fish or measure them, more often than not, you guys know, tough day. Sucks because it's like weird. I mean, seeing tons and tons of fish, man, loaded up everywhere. A lot of small ones, but there's some good ones down there. Just, I don't know what they want. I mean, I thought I did, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, these ones are biting. So that's kind of been the weird thing too, is a lot of the small ones haven't even been biting. That said, look at the graph. These ones are a little bit more suspended, a little deeper. And I'm assuming that's why these ones are biting. They're deeper, they can't see me as good. Getting a little bigger. Bunch of them down there. A little school of them right here. Look where we are, right on a point. That's kind of where a lot of the fish have been grouped up. It seems like. I've gone all the way in the back of some of these pockets and really nothing. Any jig eaters in the mix? A bit, I think. I think they found that on the way down. Maybe the same group of fish, but kind of a fun way to catch them. A bunch of micros on this point. I don't mind messing around with them for a minute. Ooh, I think we got a keeper. I got 12. About time. Whoop. There we go. It's a good one too. Good spotty. Solid fish right there. I think it was just a random fish though. I don't know, maybe they're starting to bite now. cannot believe it is just about 2 o'clock. I got 2 keepers on the day. Oh my gosh. How many times has this happened before? Too many, especially here. I think there's a little bite. Come on. Windy, spinnerbait. I know the fish are here. Yeah, there. Yeah. Oh, dang it. Might have been a small keeper. That's promising, hopefully. Oh, there we go. Spinner. All right. Maybe something. Oh, he's got a hole in his mouth from a cull tag. All right, well, I'll take him. Well, spinnerbait, huh? That's cool. Definitely cool. That one came out and got it. That's a good sign. When the water was calm before, just following the baits, looking at them. Let's hope that's a pattern of some sort. We'll see. Fun bite. Out in the middle of nowhere. Ooh. Whoa, he got bigger. Let's practice the net usage. Well, that's a really epic fail. See, that's why we practice, so I don't hopefully do that at Maloney's. Jeez, that was a good one. That's a shame. Just a random cast out in the middle. Man, can you imagine if that was in a tournament? Would have done the look back, the fall back, just everything. Oh, that fish probably, it could have been random though. Could have been random. Boom! I'm happy I'm getting bit, honestly. I just got to figure out how to put them in the boat. Jeez. These are the ones I was seeing earlier. Man, this is probably like my 8th or 9th pass in this little cut right here. I've had some followers and finally tripped one on the spinnerbait. Yeah, if you just fish clean today, you'd have a decent little limit. Number 4. Now I'm wondering, what if I had thrown the spinnerbait all day? Is this the ticket the whole time? Oh Man, oh man. Well, in a nutshell, if I were to do that day all over again, I think I'd throw the spinnerbait all day. Oh my God. Guys, I tell you what, Lake Berryessa, phenomenal fishery, healthy fishery, an abundance of really quality fish. But woof, I feel like past couple of years, it's been a coin flip. When I come here, it's either they're biting or they're not really biting. Today, they were not really biting. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I'm assuming all these fish are in summer mode now. I went up shallow looking first thing, started throwing around a little glide bait and had some followers come out of the trees, out of the bushes, up in like 5 foot of water. So I thought that was a really positive sign. And even better is they were hot on the back of those glide baits. And I know that a lot of you guys out there that throw glide baits a lot or big swim baits probably would have done many things different today as far as the retrieve, the cadence, I mean, maybe even the bait itself, who knows? But I don't know. So, you know, I had what I had and what I brought and just tried to get those fish to react. You know, I was trying to read their body language when they were right behind that bait. I mean, when I'd kind of glide that bait side to side, they were right behind it. I'd let it fall, I'd kill it, they'd kind of settle, and then I try to hit them again. But man, they were hard to catch. I think the biggest disappointment today was no topwater. I don't think I got a single topwater bite. I threw everything from the popper to a walking bait to a chopo to a buzz bait, double buzz and single buzz, and I did not get a single blow up. And I think throughout the entire day, I only heard or saw one fish blow up on top. Super strange this time of year, especially when you know there's fish shallow and there's so much cover in the water. I'm just surprised they're not up shallow munching, but I don't know, there's such an abundance of bait in this lake. I don't really think they need to eat topwater too much. So that was a little bit strange, and I think overall it was a good indicator that the bite was stingy today, and they weren't really eating anything on the bottom or the worms or the jigs or anything like that. They wanted something moving, but like not too fast. I didn't have any jerk baits. I had a couple of spy baits, so I caught a couple on a spy bait. Again, some followers on the spy bait. They were just like 99% there, and then that last 1%, they just tail off and not commit. So frustrating, but at least I knew there was fish in the area and it wasn't a complete ghost town. But man, what else happened? It was a hot day. Long day, hot day. I fished around quite a bit, junk fished. Did find one small school of fish, messed around with them with a drop shot for a little while, but no size. And then right at the end, wind picked up. I went to the area that I started at where I knew there was a bunch of fish. Kind of on this point where there was a bunch of these bushes underwater. Started throwing the spinnerbait around, and I don't know if it was the bait, the time of day, maybe that wind helped a little bit, but got some to commit on the spinnerbait, slow rolling it right along those bushes. So that was a fun bite. Caught a couple doing that, lost a big one. That was memorable. And like I said at the beginning of this video, today was a day with an objective of getting used to this particular kayak again, the TitanX 12.5, just working out any kinks, anything I may need to fix or tweak before the next time I go out, which is going to be the tournament, the Yakabass event at New Melones. So it's good to get the boat out, get her slimed up. And I did mention I'd measure my best 5 today. Well, the curse continues, measuring or weighing my best fish. I guess New York rules don't apply because we're back to our old ways, and it was a grind. It was a struggle. 4 keepers on the day. I mean, if I fish clean, we would have had a limit, but 4 keepers on the day, super tough. Don't know what that was inches wise, but we'll say this. Let's just hope we do better at New Melones for the tournament. Man, guys, it is about 5:30. It is hot. I've got a decent drive home. As always, thank you for watching, for coming along, and I'll see you guys in the next one for New Melones.